Varies throughout the season, so we just try to find a base level price. You don't want to overprice your product, but we don't want to cut back on our quality here, so we kind of stick to our guns and just hope for the best.
So you don't just write market price next to it?
Yeah, right? Doesn't have a changing board either.
That would be nice.
Once well blended, the lobster filling is fed into the ravioli machine, where the dough is already waiting.
While they're making the ravioli, I want to tell you a little bit of a story. When I started this channel, it was me, a camera guy, and basically an unlimited supply of noodles in Asia. Fast forward to now, and we're filming across continents. And banks just aren't built for that. They're slow, expensive, and complicated. That's why I like Airwallex, the all-in-one financial platform for businesses that think beyond borders. With Airwallex, you can open global accounts with local bank details in minutes, hold multiple currencies in one wallet, and convert at rates that don't make us scream into our phones. Paying our crew in Vietnam? Done. Booking a production here in New York City? Easy. Track spending in real time and streamline expenses. Plus, all the boring finance work like reconciling and paperwork gets automated, so we can focus on what we actually love, eating the world's best lobster ravioli. If you're building something, whether you're a creator or a big company, and you're ready to grow beyond your borders, check out Airwallex. You can get started for free with the link below. Airwallex. Grow without borders. Now, let's get back to that ravioli.
Each spin presses rows of plump ravioli, each one a pillow of dough cradling the lobster inside.
What do you think it is that draws people to ravioli? For me, it's because I like a little surprise inside my noodle. Sorry, I just said noodle, I meant pasta. I've been in Asia too long, I'm so sorry.
Ravioli was born in northern Italy more than 500 years ago and has since taken on countless shapes and flavors across the country. Making ravioli together is a cherished family ritual, especially during Christmas.
So yes, there's a surprise to it. Unlike flat pasta cuts, it's just basically the pasta, where this has a filling, and that's the extra treat to that type of dish.
Borgatti's has no dining room because it's not a restaurant. Their products usually leave the store uncooked in boxes. But today, Chris will make an exception, serving me lobster ravioli with garlic sauce on the spot.
You know, we're doing different themes in this series, Italian food, Chinese food. So, you know, for the Chinese food, we got a Chinese guy, but what about you?
Yeah, I think you got the wrong guy. I am Chinese.
This is Andrew, but most people know him as Babish, the guy who became a YouTube legend by recreating dishes from movies and TV shows. Beyond YouTube, he's also the author of 3 cookbooks.
I've always been told that I'm half Italian. Turns out that wasn't true, so I got my DNA tested. I'm like 11% Italian, but I've always identified as an Italian.
That's important. Right here we have ravioli. It looks gorgeous. I don't believe I've ever had homemade ravioli. I'm excited.
I've made ravioli and it's never looked like this.
First, the plump pasta pockets are boiled in salted water until tender.
In your mind, what makes a good ravioli?
I love really chewy al dente pasta. A lot of filling, not a big air bubble, no blowouts, and as thin a border around the outside as humanly possible, and that's something they've definitely pulled off here. There's not even a centimeter of raw dough holding this whole thing together.
Right.
Next, the sauce. Chris starts by heating olive oil and butter, then adds minced garlic. Next comes half a cup of dry white wine, a cup of heavy cream, and a bit of grated cheese. When the cheese melts into a silky sauce, he stirs in a splash of lemon juice and a couple spoonfuls of fresh Italian parsley. Finally, crushed red pepper, salt, and black pepper.
I'm gonna cut it just right in half. Immediately, I can see the top of the shell popping up. You can see the fillings inside.
Oh my Lord.
It makes me feel like celebrating. Upon putting it in my mouth, I'm getting a huge hit of garlic. And then it's just that rich blend inside of there, contrasted with some sharp, sour lemon.
There's a lot of lemon juice going on here, and to me, that's like you're eating a lobster dinner in a bite, because you're getting all the elements. You're getting butter, you're getting acid from the lemon, you're getting herbs, and you're getting pasta. This is like the whole thing distilled into a single bite.
The ravioli shell, amazing texture. You know, the first time I went to Italy, I couldn't believe the difference of eating something that was freshly made, that hadn't been dried out and rehydrated. It's hard to describe the texture. It's almost like a little doughy. It's not like falling apart soft. Meanwhile, anywhere you go in the USA, basically all the noodles will have been dried already, then rehydrated, and it's just not the same experience.
Not only does this taste elevated, this is almost the best of both worlds, because you've got 4 generations of people who have mastered the art of pasta making. They're taking a very simple food and they have reached reached dizzying heights with how good it is. And then on the fancy, expensive side of things, they filled it with lobster. So this is a perfect midway point for this episode because you're really getting the best of both.
Whether it's humble ravioli or the $126 masterpiece I'm about to try, New York embraces Italian food in every form. And that's because this city is the biggest Italian hub in America.
Italians is the greatest contributor to New York culture that there is. New York City is all about pizza. That accent, that comes off as a New York accent, but here it's like an Italian-American accent. And it's no wonder that it has become a cornerstone of this city because there's a huge Italian populace here and it's stayed here. Italians are a very determined and bullish and protective people of each other, of themselves, of their businesses. They've made this place home and there's no getting them out of their home. Not that we would want to.
Next, we're leaving Arthur Avenue's Old World charm and heading to Manhattan. Waiting for us at Santi Restaurant is a $126 Italian marvel prepared by Chef White, a man with 37 years of cooking experience and 6 Michelin stars to his name.
You are not Italian.
I am from Wisconsin and I'm Norwegian.
So what drove you to Italian fine dining?
When I graduated from college, I decided that I was going to be a chef. I went to Spiaggia, which was the first real high-end Italian restaurant in the United States in 1985. So I was really on the infancy stages of Italian cooking. And I went to Italy in 1993 and I got my PhD in Italian cooking. And on days off, I would be going to different restaurants and butchers and learning how to make pasta. And for a kid from Wisconsin, being able to have access to all those types of things, I wasn't coming back, okay? That was a done deal. And Santi is very much a culmination of those 37 years of cooking.
I want to talk about the dish that we're going to be trying today. It's called Coniglio al forno.
Wow.
That took 3 hours of practice. So what it means is oven-baked rabbit.
Exactly.
Coniglio al forno begins with the painstaking task of deboning a rabbit.
The rabbit itself, coming from Pennsylvania. These are rabbits that get to run freely. They eat really, really good food, lots of beta carotene, lots of good veggies.
I just didn't know Pennsylvania was known for rabbits.
So these are premium ingredients. A lot of times the rabbits you get in the store are roasters, so they're 5 pounds and up, so they're gonna be tough. Much more for braising, where this is for roasting and slicing to be very, very
So it's a
juicy and
smaller,
tender.
it's a younger rabbit.
It's a younger rabbit.
You know, anytime there's a little bit of like innocence in the meal, usually the price tag goes up.
You're paying for the innocence.
Yes, the sparkle in the eye, that costs extra.
The rabbit's legs are turned into a sausage filling,
And this rabbit sausage is seasoned with salt and pepper.
with the deboned rabbit itself serving as the sausage casing.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna season with salt and pepper to make sure we get an even seasoning and a little bit of black pepper. So we're gonna lay some Swiss chard down the middle, and this is a barrier actually for the sausage. We're gonna wrap the Swiss chard up above the sausage a bit just to protect that. And now we're going to wrap it and bring the bellies together.
Rabbits arrived in Italy as early as the 3rd century, and they quickly won a regular place at the dinner table for their lean, nourishing meat.
So what we're doing is we're tying this not too snug. We don't want the rabbit to